Your Excellency, Fitsum Arega, Ethiopian Ambassador to the United States, welcome to the Voice of America.
Thank you, Yehes.
So, how are you acclimating to American life?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Have you been to the United States earlier before, or this is your first time?
I've been before many times.
Okay, so as an ambassador, did you present your credentials to President Trump?
Yes, yesterday.
And how was that?
I think it was excellent. I was really honored to present my credentials within 10 days since I arrived, and that's the importance that the United States attaches to Ethiopia. That's how I see it. And I had a wonderful meeting with President Donald Trump. He raised issues that are of common interest between Ethiopia and the United States. He appreciated the reform that are going on in Ethiopia, and also he remarked that Ethiopia is a shining star when it comes to the reform in Africa. So the reform that helps private sector to expand, the reform that enables opposition political parties to participate. It's a country now that has no jailed journalists and is becoming exemplary in many fronts, like becoming inclusive government when it comes to gender. We have the first and the only female head of state, and Supreme Court judge, half a cabinet members are all women. So he appreciated,
And on your Twitter account, there was something about Ivanka Trump. Could you talk to us a little about that?
Yes, I had a chance to meet her.
At the White House?
At the White House,
Oh.
in Oval Office yesterday.
Okay.
President Trump introduced me to her.
Ah.
And
while you were presenting your
yes,
credentials?
yes.
Wow.
And he also mentioned that she will be traveling next week to Ethiopia.
Wow.
So that's a great honor for us.
On what grounds? Why is she traveling to Ethiopia?
I think she had an initiative to bring all women entrepreneur in some support.
Okay.
And also to, I think it's empowering business women.
Very good.
Yeah.
So basically, we'll get to your diplomatic duties in a moment. But first, a broader question. What is the state of Ethiopia right now?
Ethiopia has been doing great reforms in the past 1 year. Since Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed came to power, a lot of things happened, and these reforms have brought many positive results. As you can understand, any change.
You mentioned the reforms earlier. What I am trying to ask is the security and stability of the country. There are grave concerns. Recent killings.
I was going to come to that.
Yes.
Any change, any reform has side effects. So I see those as side effects. The current government is focusing on explaining to the people that rule of law should be respected, and instead of making it by force, first is warning, educating, but now is saying enough is enough. So
economic stability as well.
What I see the challenge is we really need to have the right strike, the right balance between democracy and rule of law. So I feel we miss that to some extent. Democracy should not be abused. Democracy should be respected, and rule of law should be also. So we have to, be in the right balance on that.
It seems like a whole generation has been inoculated with this ethnic division mentality for so long. It's how do you change that mindset?
We need a unifying kind of motto under our national agenda. Everyone belongs to a certain clan, a certain ethnic group, and everyone is different. So we should respect that. Everyone is different by name, the way we are created. So we cannot be the same.
No.
Even in a country where you have one language and one religion, there is division. Division based on height, division based on age, gender, whatever. So we have to recognize that we are different, and it's good, and we have to embrace that and respect each other. I think we have a country called Ethiopia. We have, a country that delineates our unity. So we need to work, in those areas, and media should help us on doing so. I know VOA is doing a great job in this regard. All the social media people who think they have ideas, they should bring their ideals in a peaceful way. Initiating violence in any way, it should not be acceptable.
How is Ethiopian-American relationship in general, and as the former, Commissioner of Ethiopian Investments, what does the U.S. investment in Ethiopia do? What does it look like right now? U.S. investment.
Yes, the U.S. investment, the relationship between Ethiopia and the United States has elapsed a millennium.
Yes.
And now, century. We are in the second century, more than 115 years, to be exact, 116 years. And when we see our diplomatic relation, when we see the potential in terms of wealth and entrepreneurship skill that U.S. has, and the natural resources and the endowment Ethiopia has, I think there is a little that has been done, and there is a great opportunity that we need to work together to tap that opportunity. Just to give you a figure, the total investment or trade, I better say, between the two countries in 2018 stands out not more than 2 billion. That's the total.
2 billion.
That's the total. That means the U.S. trade to Ethiopia is close to 1.6 billion or 1.5 something billion. Just less than $500 million export has been done from Ethiopia to the United States last year, 2018. This shows, when you compare this with a figure that we had 10 years ago, it has increased by tenfold.
Yes.
Because of the AGOA opportunity and some of the U.S. investments like PVH that invested in industrial parks and exporting 100% to the U.S. market. And there are other manufacturing companies in footwear, in clothing, and flower farms, coffee, and other products that are exported to the U.S. But again, the value addition in some traditional goods is not that much good. We need to work hard on that and also expand more. I believe Africa is the next frontier for manufacturing in the world, because it was the West, then moved to the East. Now it makes sense to do business only in Africa when it comes to labor-intensive industries. And Africa is the last frontier. Unless we do our best in Africa, unless we do our best in countries like Ethiopia, where close to 70% is used, it's not, you know, it will be too late, and it's sad. So we have to use this opportunity now.
Now that you mentioned the youth, is there an effort by the government, your government, to open up space for young entrepreneurs in the field of technology back home?
Yes. Again, for technology to grow, we need to improve connectivity. There are some projects going on, but as a country, we need to invest more on connectivity. You can see just in a short time when Madagascar improved its connectivity, it's creating a lot of jobs for the youth. So we have to improve the connectivity, and the youth will take care of the other. There are huge IT-related job opportunities in addition to software development and others, but there are also outsourcing companies that are looking for an alternative way of doing things from Europe and US.
You are a diplomatic agent of the highest rank accredited to the US government, and it is incumbent upon you as an ambassador to inform the broad, vibrant diaspora here accurate information, be it good or bad. The diaspora for a long time was at odds with many of the ambassadors who served here, but with the recent visit of Prime Minister Abiy, things have changed for the better. So how are you going to capitalize on that? Goodwill.
I believe in transparency. I've been trying my best through social media, Twitter, Facebook, to reach to the wider public. And I promise I'll continue that. And I may say I am lucky to some extent to come at this time of history where things are changing for the better.
Yes.
And the struggle that the diaspora has been doing for so long is bearing fruit. So I'll be working hard in liaison with the diaspora to bring better living conditions to my people.
Your Excellency Fitsum Arega, Ethiopia's newest ambassador, thank you for your input, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.